Hello everyone, I'm Ivan Connolly. I have been in the contracting industry for about 3 years. I do it with my dad. He's taught me everything that I know. So I know a little bit about it. And I hope to get into it more in the future. That's what I want my career to be, but I obviously have to build capital to be able to buy a house and then put so much money into flipping it and selling it. But that's a problem for future me. Have you ever thought about getting into the house flipping industry? Or maybe even just doing a couple house renovations here and there? Well, I'm about to give you a quick rundown on what you need to do. Number one, the current housing market. Number two, the everything that you need to do. And thirdly, what you can do yourself to save some money here and there. With these small tips, you can truly take charge of your own home and feel a sense of achievement. Unfortunately, the current housing market all over the US is not good. Houses are running for triple their market value. They're being bought and turned into Airbnbs. They're being flipped. So it's kind of hard to buy into something that costs so much money, especially now. And it's not even just in Oklahoma or Tulsa, it's everywhere. Like small, not as high quality neighborhoods are being flipped and turned in, like the entire neighborhoods are being bought out and turned into more hip kind of homes. Those dang hipsters, and it just makes it harder for everybody else. But I've spoken to Jessica Swain, who is a realtor and she flips houses. She says that the housing market should be better in a couple of years, 2 to 3 years, which is actually really good because that gives you a lot of time that you can choose to learn other trades in. You can go to trade school for 9 months or even 6 months full time and get your electrical degree, your plumbing, or even HVAC. And you can learn to do a lot of the work on your own, or you can just go work. This is a pretty broad aspect. You can go work for another contractor, but I know a lot of people don't want to do that. And you can learn everything, or learn a couple things from them. Uh, yeah, and she has a pretty firm grasp on the topic, so I think she is a trustworthy source. She's been in this industry for about 2 years, so yeah, I trust her. Secondly, all the house improvements that are typically done to homes. In a broad aspect, there's electrical, HVAC, and plumbing. Those are the bigger ones that require, electricians, plumbers, and HVACers, AC guys. Um, they most of the time that stuff is already done on your home. Like you're not going to need to rewire your entire house that you buy unless you've completely scrapped it, pretty much, except for the frame of the house. But fortunately, you can just hire one of those contractors to come in and inspect your home to make sure everything's up to date, everything's running properly, and that's yeah. The fun part is painting, tiling, making cabinets, the flooring, and the lighting. That's where you get to express your creativity in a more of an aspect of you're living in the home. You can do whatever you want. Tiling, you kind of have to have a little bit of finesse and years of experience to do that. You can, I wouldn't say years, but you can pick it up within a couple of months. But I would not recommend jumping into that without having somebody there to guide you at least, or somebody that knows what they're doing. It's not super hard, but you do need some high value tools to do so, like a tool, like a stone cutting saw, wet saw. You will need one of those. If you're just flipping houses to sell, I would not go with anything super, eccentric, because that's just going to narrow down your audience and your buyers. It's going to be like, do they want to put all this money into changing the kitchen because they don't like the kitchen, but they really like the rest of the house? Kind of one of those things. So it's better to do a cookie cutter design on the whole house if you're just flipping it, just so you have a broader appeal to a bigger audience. And like you're gonna leave the creativity and like their design that they want to do to the house in their hands, and they're gonna have time to do it over time. and save money rather than just living in a house with a super ugly kitchen that they don't like at all, unfortunately. But if you're only doing work on your own home, obviously you are in charge of what you want done, so you can be pretty eccentric with it. And finally, what you need to do yourself, painting. Just paint the interior all by yourself. It's easy to do, and it's not really that hard. Exterior wise, if the house is chipping really bad, obviously you need to, that means that primer wasn't applied that good, or it wasn't it wasn't applied at all, unfortunately, which is it's a pain in the butt because you have to scrape the entire house and sand the entire house before you can even paint it, which can take a week or so. And so if it's that bad, I would hire a professional, honestly, because a professional's touch would make it look way better than if it were somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, getting into that. But in game, you would save about 10 grand from a full interior paint job. You could save it. It also just depends on how much space or how many rooms you have, obviously. But exterior typically runs for more. You could save another 10 to 15 grand on that, which would be pretty nice. And you could save a lot of money. It also kind of And that's it. My conclusion is that was the current housing market, everything you need to do, and what you can do yourself to save money. Thank you.